Boots in Ice Palace leading to Ice Ride, I guess. And it looks like we're off.
Uncle is apparently confused about the mode in which we are running today. And just a piece of heart, one of the more common things you would expect to see in the opening chest.
Yeah, it doesn't hurt to start getting those heart pieces early on. Especially when there's no guarantee of getting a very reliable weapon from the uncle.
All right, our weapon today is the fire rod. It's what I had in my race yesterday.
Nice. I like the fire rod. It's quite... it's very fast at the very least to kill the enemies. You can one-shot every single one of them.
Yeah, including that ball and chain guard at the bottom, which usually takes a lot longer to kill.
Yeah. The only thing that is kind of a negative is that you can't farm too much with the fire rod, and also it takes a while for the enemies to die. They burn for quite a while.
It is unlikely that there will be any Super Metroid in this race. That is correct.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of that. It seems crazy.
All right, so we proceed to the back of Escape, or the lower portion of Escape. We can kill a couple of guards here, see what they have to offer. Got a small key in this chest, which usually holds the boomerang. Gonna have to find a small key in one of the first few locations here. And we have to find a map at some point in the dungeon, but other than that, the items can be just about anything.
Yeah, the first two chests was actually like the key and the map, so the rest of the chests is gonna be items. Oh, and there's that ice rod.
Well then.
Yes, Turtle Rock is gonna be a pendant then.
Yeah, when you have both rods, there's you basically can't count on using them ever. That's not entirely true or true at all.
Yeah, it just feels like it, but that's because it's always like the bad seeds that sticks on your mind. So I guess the back part of Escape is gonna be like the Cane of Samaria, both gloves and a medallion.
Sure. And then like hammer at the bottle vendor or something. But then Moon Pearl on pedestal.
Wow, that I would be all for that. One of these days I want to see that Moon Pearl on pedestal. So Couch going a little bit out of the way to get a little bit more magic in order to farm for these bombs for the back of Escape. Fricker getting 2 rats in, or 2 snakes in one shot there, but unfortunately none of them dropped any bombs.
Just a big 20 in the dark cross chest, meaning unless we see a bomb somewhere in the next few areas, we will be having to come back for the 3 chests in escape.
Ooh, Fricker getting another double hit there. And ooh, Couch missing all the shots with the fire rod. Think if they go back out, there's a magic pot here that...
Well, there's actually a couple.
Yeah, this one here has magic, so get
I
it.
think there's one more on the bottom of the screen too.
Okay, that's good.
All right, Couch gets it the second try.
Whew, that's good. You don't want to see running out of magic when you only have magic weapons.
So, Fricker being the first one out of escape. And we'll see where he heads from here. It looks like we might see him just skip the lumberjack. Oh, we did see a sword in that chest in escape. I didn't even notice that.
Yeah, I kind of missed it as well.
Sanctuary, yeah.
See a triple here, 5 rupees. That's it's not the best, but could have been worse, I guess. Looks like Couch is deciding to check the lumberjack straight away instead.
Oh, it looks like the crab has bombs today, so we will be able to get some amount of explosives from a renewable source here.
It's always nice to be guaranteed to have at the very least 2 bombs, so you don't have to go down to buy them. You can just go straight into blindside. So
we have a bottle with a B.
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily write off Aga as a requirement, but it definitely lowers it.
It could be that every other bottle is locked behind Sick Kid somehow, but it's very doubtful.
Yeah, and there's...
For example, there's one right there in blindside.
There's a bottle, so...
And a shovel. So that's one of the things that our runners might want to keep in mind coming out of Kakariko, is that they picked up the shovel, so they may want to take care of that dig spot before moving on.
Yeah, most of the times it's nice to just route in the shovel when you have the mirror and you're doing like the smith sequence, but early on when you check Kakariko, it's a pretty good opportunity to check it as well. You don't have to go too far out of the way.
So Couch did not die in the escape, but he missed the shots on the final boss, or the key rat, and so he had to go back and get a little more magic.
Hey, and there's
another bottle at the bottle vendor this time.
Bottle. Yeah, that's almost vanilla.
And the we did see that the well had the bug net, so if you're a fan of swagnet strats, this is your seed.
Yeah, and even though like we have the bottle, so we don't have to get that from the lumberjack.
Oh! The glove at the Sick Kid.
Yeah, I was gonna say that doesn't necessarily write off Aga, but finding the glove, that's one more step away from Aga for sure.
The kid could not handle the power of the power glove, and it made him sick. All right, so we just find a big 20 on the race game. Fricker actually decides to save and quit out of CAC. Interestingly enough, he might be going to Sequence Break Death Mountain. Oh, he's going back to Escape, duh.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting to see if Couch decides to go for the same decision here.
I personally hope that Couch goes to the dig spot. Well, there's a lamp in the back of Escape.
Yeah, that's an interesting placement for it. And yeah, Couch already menu to the shovel, so definitely gonna check that dig spot. So with that lamp, we have a way up the mountain. We don't have a lot of things that we could check in Death Mountain quite yet. We need the mirror or the hookshot.
Just a big 20, or not a big 20, piece of heart in the dig spot, so neither here nor there.
Couch deciding to go back for the back escape as well. So none of our runners is gonna have to worry about doing dark rooms this run.
Yep, that does put a couple of things, or really just actually one thing, up on Death Mountain. Or two things, yeah, in logic.
Yeah.
And Couch may be going for that. Got a map check. Looked like all crystals to me with a 6 at Eastern, the rest being normal.
Fricker finding the love cave in South Shore there. There's a lot of hearts.
Yeah, so Mini Moldorm Cave turning out to not be that important. Alright, so Couch is going to rescue the old man while Fricker is going to hit up Ice Rod Cave. Old man just having 20 rupees. So we get to see what's on top of Spectacle Rock and inside Spectacle Rock. And they've got blue mail at the Ice Rod Cave. That could be something that Couch never goes to check, depending on how he routes this. We have half magic on top of Spectacle Rock, and inside is a hookshot.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
So luckily for Fricker, it seems like they've decided to go up the mountain as well. Because that hookshot, that opens up quite a lot of new locations in Death Mountain. So with the hookshot, they can go over to the east side of Death Mountain with a additional of 8 locations to check.
Yep, you got good old Paradox Cave plus the Spiral Cave. And of course, depending on what's over there, because at this point it seems rather likely that the Hammer or Moon Pearl may be over there. Or maybe the Mirror.
Yeah.
You could check some more while you're up here. Alright, so Couch falling in the hole to go upward, and blowing up the wall, going to get 2 chests down here. Fricker is going to do the bomb jump across the top of Spectacle Rock Cave, save a little bit of time heading that direction.
Yeah, it's in one way, one of the more tricky bomb jumps, because you only have 1 try. If you fail
There's
it.
the Cane of Samaria, the flippers. A big heart, another big heart, and a Master Sword.
Whew, that was quite something.
We've got quite a haul here in Paradox Cave. Oh, Couch not quite pulling off the bomb jump.
Yeah, so this is interesting. The cane alone doesn't open up anything quite yet. The flippers does open up a couple of locations, but also that Master Sword. They have everything to do Aga at the moment. They don't have the Moon Pro, so they can't really do anything in the Dark World quite yet.
Yeah, there is that. We've got a single arrow up there on the floating island. Fricker also having trouble with that bomb jump. Oh, he just didn't have any bombs.
Oh yeah, it's it's quite hard to bomb jump without any bombs.
And then he looked like he was heading over to buy some bombs, and then was like, wait, you can't get in that shop without bombs. Oh, and the mirror! So the mirror would get you access to Hera right now.
Yeah, and it's full
and that half magic that's on the top.
Yeah, Death Mountain having all the value at the moment.
So we take care of Hera, and then I guess we, depending on what we get here, I think we might head over to Eastern, maybe.
Yeah, if we don't have Dark World access after Hera, most likely Eastern would be the play. Couch will probably go to South Shore first because they haven't went over there quite yet.
Right. Now, if I'm Fricker and I come in here and I get the Moon Pearl, I'm actually sort of inclined to go to Aga.
Yeah, that seems quite likely that the seed is pushing them that way. You have the hook shot, so you can get to the west side of the Dark World as well.
And also you could throw in checks of Eastern and Pod at the same time once you got there to the Dark World.
Yeah,
You wouldn't have the
mirror,
blow,
for sure.
but the bow, excuse me.
Yeah, they have a couple of bottles at least, so they could do the potion glitch if they want to make sure to get as many checks as possible in Pod.
Oh yeah, they can also do flipper stuff. Alright, so 1 Master Sword spin, 2 Master Sword spins, and 3 Master Sword spins with a very precarious bounce there. And that's the compass. That means we're going to the basement. Lumberjack was a bottle with a B. Couch setting up the nice little coffee break strats, or perhaps the couch potato strats in his case.
Yeah, it's quite early in the seed to take a coffee break, but maybe they forgot to make coffee before the race started.
The cape! Oh! Yet another of the 4 horsemen of the Agapocalypse.
Yeah, we didn't need it to do Ag at this point, but that is interesting. Looks like Couch might be doing a hula in here, thinking about doing the sword shakes.
Ah, okay.
Now, Fricker already has enough money to check Sora, so I'm guessing there's... yeah, there was 300 rupees in the dam.
Yeah, there was 300 in the dam. Yeah, thanks, Pretty Game, for that subscription. So Couch is going to now go get disappointed by the south side here.
Yeah, and Fricker, it's going to be interesting if they decide to do the water checks or Eastern, but it looks like it's the Flippers locations as well.
Alright, so we got arrows on the island. So, at this point, my brain would be thinking Aga real hard. But I wouldn't go to Aga until I found the Moon Pearl or I was out of options.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like, it feels like Aga, but there's really no reason to do it before you get the Moon Pearl.
Speaking of Ag, there's the Ag arrows with the silvers.
Yeah.
Right there on Fricker's screen in the hobo.
It's very nice to have. Guess he wishes he had the bow to use them with.
All right, into the waterfall cave, we've got a piece of heart and a big 20. Everybody's two favorite items. Kappa. And we're moving on. I didn't get to see what was on the ledge. You didn't go far enough right.
Yeah, I didn't really see it as well. I'm pretty sure Fricker has a pretty good idea on what's on the ledge there, so we'll
We have not
see if
seen
they
Medina's
decide to.
cave. We know Couch is about to get the blue mail.
Yeah, there's Agahnim and the eastern area, and that's it.
So I guess what was on the ledge can't have been that important with Fricker saving and quitting immediately.
Yeah, probably not.
All right, Fricker is now heading over to the Eastern Palace area. We will get to see what is in the back of Sahasrala's closet. That's 3 chests there. And then a possible 3 items in Eastern Palace proper.
So the reason why we didn't see the Sora ledge might be because the stream is cropped. They might have this stream cropped in that way, so the right side doesn't really show us all of the items. So it's I have a pretty good feeling that Fricker saw what was on the Sora ledge.
All right, so with that, Fricker will be heading into Eastern Palace. All right, so Couch is gonna check over here. It's the Moon Pearl. What?
Was the Moon Pearl on Sora ledge?
The Moon Pearl's on the ledge.
Oh, well, that's not good news for Fricker.
He just plain didn't check the silly thing.
Yeah, that's odd. So luckily, at least Fricker is going to be forced to go back there quite soon. But we might see a Aga play without the Moon Pearl before that happens.
Oh, that'd be unfortunate. Now, if you're Couch, you just found the Moon Pearl. Are you going to Eastern or are you going to Aga?
I think it would probably go to Aga, but
yeah, I think I'm one of the few people who would go to Aga. I don't expect Couch to do so, and he's not.
yeah, like it's you can be baited into doing Aga when you don't really have to sometimes. They only need 1 item for Aga not to be required, so it makes sense to go over here. You can check it for at least 5 items.
Apparently, there was a sword over in Eastern while we missed it.
Yeah, the first chest was Tempered Sword.
We're finding out that Swamp is the green pendant. So, pendant Swamp, anybody?
Yay, you get flippers, you get mirror. Of course, Swamp is going to be a green pendant.
Yeah, and hook shot, and eventually you're guaranteed to get the hammer. Of course it's going to be a thing.
So Fricker going to Agahnim,
Dig
I was
spot.
gonna say, but yeah, they haven't checked the dig spot yet. Probably
Fricker's going
going
to
to
dig
Agahnim
spot.
afterwards.
Yeah, I think he'll go dig spot and then like go south to Agahnim's cave. Maybe.
Yeah, that would make sense. And afterwards, I guess Aga. Hopefully they remember the ledge after that. The good thing for Fricker here is that it's definitely looking like Aga is required anyways, so doing the castle tower won't lose them any time. It's just a question of when do they go back to the sword edge. And they're not even checking Agahnim's cave. We have a castle tower play here.
I believe the first 3 chests in Eastern were all items, actually. So you had,
Yeah, I think so. I think so as well.
so that's why Fricker never opened the big chest. He just went to go get the big key out of its room.
Yeah. I think the last item here was just money.
So Fricker is now heading for Aga Tower. We know this is likely required at this point, unless Agahnim's cave has exactly the hammer or a glove.
Yeah, and it looks like Couch is making the same play here. At some point, you just have to accept your fate of Castle Tower being required.
All right, so Couch23 is making his way toward Aga Tower as well. Fricker22 about halfway through at this point.
Yeah, with Tempered Sword and Fire Rod, the Aga climb is not really too much of a problem.
So, with both of our runners now doing Aga Tower, it's pretty important that we now have a very strong philosophical discussion. How many blue balls do you think Aga is going to throw at us today?
Let me think about that for a couple of minutes, and I promise you I'm gonna have the right answer.
Yeah, but it'll probably be done by then.
Yeah, that's the point.
We're getting some 2s, some 3s, some 4s, some 0s. 14 and 15 just to really rub it in. That number seems a little high unless these runners aren't of the caliber I think they are. 22 or 23, yeah. Somebody going with about 2.32. Oh, there's one. All right, so first phase with 3 hits, or first cycle, I guess. This is a guaranteed, reflectable projectile. This could be either one. And that's our second unfortunate blue projectile. Alright, so that's going to be 3, and unless something goes horribly wrong, that's all we will see.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah, I had some connection issues, sorry.
Alright.
So how many blue balls did we end up having?
Looked like 3 to me.
Well, that's pretty fair.
And Fricker sees that 22, or Fricker sees that piece of heart on the ledge. He thinks he's not a bunny, but he is.
Yeah, so this is the point where you know something is missing. They know that they haven't checked Agnina's cave quite yet, so they might be heading there.
So the bunny form of Dark Link is normal Link, which is a little bit confusing. Alright, we'll see if this Aga play was required or not right now, as Fricker is heading for Agahnim's cave, which was basically the last spot on our list of locations.
And we saw that the pendants is Pod and Thieves Town.
That's not a pendant position I particularly like. Nope,
Yes.
That's just the 4th bottle. We now know where all the bottles are.
Okay, so Fricker is heading in the right direction.
If he's getting in the water, so at least he'll be. At least he'll be able
Yeah,
to
I
figure
saw
this out.
some discussion in chat that maybe Fricker forgot that he had the flippers the first time he went up there.
Yeah, it's possible. Yeah, I'd basically be 100% tilted at this point. Like, not even kidding.
Okay, yes, so he definitely saw it this time at least.
And Catfish is just a big 20. Couch getting that out of the way. Seems perfectly reasonable at this point.
Not getting any frustration slashes here, but quite some
Frustration
frustration
hook
hook
shots.
shots instead.
Well, Fricker will now be able to head back to the Dark World and sort of follow in Couch's footsteps here. Couch is going to check the Graveyard Ledge, which this is basically the only time it's ever going to be convenient.
Yeah, it makes sense. Just to check everything along the way right now.
Thank you to Art Pigs for that subscription there. And once again, a big 20.
So with the fire rod, they could full clear Skullwood straight away. Also being a crystal.
Yep, and with the Tempered Sword, 13 Hearts, and Blue Mail, I don't think Mothula's going to be a problem.
Yeah, not really.
Though I am a little surprised Couch didn't go over and check Bumper Cave while he was at it.
Yeah, that's true. They even have the cape already as well.
There's one of the 2 items for Skull Woods right there. Once again, a big 20. And a small key, making this a fairly clean dip into Skull Woods.
Yeah, also having the Cane of Samaria makes checking that chest in the back a lot more convenient. Don't have to bother about the statue.
And there's the second item in Skull Woods. It's the Ether Medallion. So I imagine we will be seeing just a straight shot to Mothula.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You have to, yeah, just pick up this key and you can go straight to Mothula.
So, worst spot in Swamp, or worst spot for Hammer would be in Swamp. That's for sure. Like, not close.
Yeah, that's pretty stupid place for the game to place the hammer.
Especially since Swamp is supposed to be garbage all the time. Right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So we did see Fricker check the Bumper Cave, and it was just another big 20, I believe.
Well, there we go. At least my curiosity is satisfied. Also, the Ice Palace is that 5/6 crystal. I know our tracker caught that, but I just caught it now, so... And there's the big key on Moth, which is fun. So interestingly enough, that means that the key in the chest in the back there next to Mothula, or in the bridge area, is a small key.
Yeah, that makes sense. Because you need 2 small keys for the logic before you go to Mothula. And Fricker is checking out the Village of Outcasts so far, finding 2 boomerangs.
Oh, we got Dog D93 and Roger Like Tiger with the additional subscriptions. So thank you very much for those. As Fricker heads up to Skull Woods after checking the Village of Outcast locations. For fans of boomerangs, we find both of those in the Village of Outcasts, turns out.
Yeah. Pretty funny.
Which, is pretty fitting considering the usefulness of those boomerangs. To be in the Outcast Village? Yeah.
Oh, I see what you did there. So, if you were these runners, would you head into a pennant Thieves Town or just walk down to the south area of the Dark World?
I think I'd definitely head inside, at least check the first 4 chests, and then, depending on how many items I found there, potentially continue to the back. Looks like Couch has no interest in doing so, though, at the moment. We're going to go see a digging game here. Just another big 20. We've seen quite a few of those today. I mean, you're guaranteed to see a lot of 20 rupees in this game, but it just seems a little excessive right now.
Yeah. I guess it's good to get them out of the way early so they don't troll you later on when you're actually looking for your go mode, I guess.
Just a piece of heart in the Grove Cave, Cave 45 there.
Yeah, we've seen a lot of hearts so far as well. Both runners at 13 hearts right now. Ooh, a Fricker going for the NMG stretch there of just slashing the mummy into the spikes.
Nice. And down goes Moth.
Yeah, very clean Moth in the fight.
Alright, now it's time for everybody's favorite Dark World 5 chest cave. It's Hype Cave, everybody.
Not starting off too strong.
Over to cash. There's the Titan's Mitts. Alright, Titan's Mitts are gonna do it.
Yeah, that's hype enough, for sure.
At least that makes it less of a pain to get back over to the Village of Outcasts if you want to check Thieves Town. But Couch has other plans. Specifically, Dark World Death Mountain. The rest of Death Mountain was pretty hype. Why not the dark side?
Yeah, the mountain so far has been pretty insane, so we might only be a hammer away from Turtle Rock as well now. Depending on what medallion we need. So Fricker instead decided to go into Thieves Town. At the very least to check the first 4.
A little bit of trouble with the hookshot glitch there. It's kind of finicky. What's Fricker gonna find in Turtle Rock? We know he's found a small key so far.
Oh, there's the hammer in Super Bunny Cave.
Hammer and Super Bunny, that's not allowed. I mean, it is. But that feels really bad for Fricker over here.
Yeah, no. almost only finding dungeon items so far. So it's gonna head to the back to make sure that they get some value out of here. But they won't be able to check the big chest.
Another piece of heart in Hookshot Cave. Set of bombs. A blue rupee. And 3 hundo. Yeah. Couch.
Yeah.
I'd go check Turtle Rock here.
Yeah, if Turtle Rock is Ether, you can full clear right now. Looks like they're deciding to do Spike Cave instead.
Yeah, Spike Cave is a possibility.
It's definitely logic. Oh, it looks like we do know what Turtle Rock is. Bombos.
Oh, Bombos? Okay, never mind. That explains why we haven't gone straight into T-Rock. Gonna make use of that cape to get through Spike Cave in one piece. The flute!
Oof. Yeah, Couch is making all the right plays right now.
Spike Cave 100% required today. He's trying to get out so he doesn't have to mirror after saving and quitting is what he's doing.
Yeah, I wonder if it would have been faster to use the same with a mirror. But maybe not.
Well, let's go say hi to everybody's favorite Swag Duck.
Yeah, and afterwards probably gonna head to the Meyer area. At this point, Couch 23 might not be too far away from Go Mode, actually.
So here comes Swag Duck out of the statue. And turns out that Thieves Town Big Chest does not have an item.
It doesn't?
Correct.
Okay, I thought
We
it...
found 3 items in the back. Unless we found all dungeon items in the front.
I think he did get all dungeon items in the front. At the very least, he got 3 dungeon items in the front.
Yeah, I don't know where the map was. Speaking of Vomitus, nothing in Meyer's shed either. Okay, so I guess there is an item in the big chest of Thieves Town.
Yeah, let's
Pay no
hope that...
attention to this commentator.
Let's hope that item is as useless as all the other items in Thieves Town was then.
Checkerboard Cave, just a big heart.
Yeah, and Bombos was required for Meyer as well. So no trip inside Meyer quite yet, but they could go into Desert here and see if it's boost locked or not.
Alright, so we're gonna see what's on the ledge here. That's bombs. I think Fricker might have checked that earlier.
So desert is not boots locked. That means the only thing we need for no mode at the moment is bombos and the bow. And maybe boots could still be required for Ganon's tower, but it's not super likely.
Yeah, and if boots are required for Ganon's tower, I think I'm looking at Ganon's tower for them.
Yeah, that's probably the best idea.
There's the big key of desert. We know one item is on the torch. Could be another item over here or in the big chest. Right now we've just got a burrito.
So Fricker picking up those Titan Smiths as well. It's going to be interesting to see where they decide to go from here on. Both runners are making, keeping it in mind that they have to mirror before saving quitting. I know a lot of runners tend to make that mistake sometimes once you beat Aga, me including one of them. Because if you have defeated Aga, then you would just start at the pyramid instead. So it looks like Fricker might be going for the pod play.
Yeah, at this point you've already dipped one pendant dungeon. Why not dip the others? You'll either be digging yourself a deeper hole or opening up the world's greatest tunnel.
Yeah, something like that.
Now, unfortunately, we know for a fact that Fricker will not be able to finish this. If we find the bow, you could finish Eastern at least. So if I'm Couch here, I think the next play I make is Ice.
Yeah, it's a crystal dungeon. You're gonna have to do it sooner or later, so it's definitely reasonable to go to Ice Palace at this point. It's gonna check Agahnim cave here to get the third bottle.
Hammer was in Super Bunny Cave up on Dark Death Mountain.
Yeah, 90% of all our progression so far has been on the mountain, it feels like.
Yeah, Flute was up there. Hammer was up there.
Yeah, Flipper, Mirror, Hookshot, Cane. There's powder in pod. That could lead to something.
Well, I mean, Fricker just wins then, right? No, that's not true. But powder is the best.
Looks like they're gonna do the hammer jump here to get a couple of extra locations from pod. It's not a bad play. The only thing that you can't get from this would be the bow, which unfortunately for Fricker is one of the two remaining items that we're looking for at the moment.
Couch finds a small key in the first chest of Ice Palace. That actually makes your routing through ice a lot better.
Yeah, you can just check the hookshot side straight away. So looks like Fricker might be heading to Ice Palace as well.
Yeah, but without the hammer, that's got to feel really bad.
Yeah, that's gonna be quite unfortunate because they can't finish the dungeon. They might be able to get the items, but there's no way to get to Cold Stair without the hammer. So at this point, Fricker has gone into 2 pendants without really getting anything. That combined with like missing the Moonpo in the beginning might be like where they decided to just go into Ice Palace, making like a gamble to make up some time.
Yeah, doing crazy gambles because of the situation here can be a pretty big deal. So that's 2 items, I believe, here in Ice Palace. Where is Couch going? Like, he can't get there from here, Couch.
Yeah, I think they just realized it as well.
Yeah, he's gonna go to Ice Tea this way. Then maybe bomb jump back across. Where you going, Couch? You just came here.
I think Couch is demonstrating how it feels to do Ice Palace when you do it for your first time. Just running around in circles and don't know what's happening.
Alright, there's the big key, which means he can head downstairs and check that big chest.
And there's the second small key, which means that Ice Palace is not locked by the Canis of Mario.
Right. So Couch has a choice. He can go straight to Cold Stair, or he can check Ice Tea. Looks like he's going to Ice Tea.
That's interesting. I haven't seen like opening the doors when you enter from the back like that.
Have you not? Huh. And the book is the 3rd item in Ice Palace.
Yeah, that could definitely lead to some progression, and it is an item that Fricker could get to. Might even send them up.
The great thing is, it might send him up Death Mountain.
Yeah.
That's what you. That's got to feel pretty decent.
Yeah, Fricker's gonna hope that hammer or something like that is locked by the book.
Fricker might also be heading to check out Desert. Though, I mean, if I was going to Desert, I'd throw in Bombo's tablet. Not even kidding.
Yeah, I think so as well. Like, you made the gamble into Ice Palace, so it should, like, feel a bit logical to pursue the item that you got from Ice, because otherwise the gamble is kind of, like, worthless in one way. So they will be able to finish Desert Palace here.
Oh yeah, he can't go into the Dark World there. I am a dumb.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that as well. Nice coaster fight from Couch.
And that is Couch's 4th crystal. Alright, so where is Couch heading now?
Yeah, with a
might be a dip into Thieves Town.
yeah, it could be for sure. Also, this is the first time that they return to Outcast while having the myth, so might be going for the Smith sequence as well.
Yeah, Smith sequence is completely logical at the moment as well.
Yeah, now that you have the book as well, you can use the Bombo's tablet as well, together with the rest of this Smith sequence. And afterwards, maybe even going to Swamp Palace, because it's fully clearable.
All right, Peg Cave today is a big 20. The blacksmiths. Big Love. And we'll pick up the purple chest as well. I think Couch is going to route in the Bombo's tablet with this, or else he wouldn't be staying in the Dark World.
Yeah, I think so as well. That makes sense. So the purple chest just has some lunch money quite a lot of launch money, actually.
I like Big John's name for that, Chester the Chest.
What's the name?
Chester the Chest.
Chester's Chest.
Big Bombo's tablet is a bomb upgrade. Not quite what we were looking for.
RIP vanilla bombos.
Couch is going to go ahead and flute off. Where are we headed this time? Ah, looks like Couch is going to head to the pod dip.
Yeah, many times in pod you will get bow locked pretty fast, and that's a pretty good sign when bow is like one of the only items you're looking for.
Yeah. So I must reluctantly admit that it almost looks like Swamp is a decent play at this point.
Yeah, it's starting to look like it more and more. So Fricker just got the hammer and making the Death Mountain play now. Hopefully they decide to go over to Spikeo as well and can get the flute. And we're also gonna see the Ether tablet, so at this point it's just the game of who finds the last two items first.
So Fricker sees that Bombo's medallion required for Turtle Rock is not going to head that direction. He will be heading to the left side of the mountain, so a Spike Cave check may be imminent, but I imagine he'll do an Ether tablet check first.
Yeah, and if Ether has something required, that could be quite big for Fricker, because that's the only thing Couch has to check on Death Mountain right now, so it might be quite low on the priority list just to climb the mountain to check Ether tablet.
Just a big 20. Oh, no, he's not doing Spike Cave.
Yeah, that's quite unfortunate. Gonna have to go back there sooner or later.
Well, he's making the swamp play, I think.
Yeah.
So his opponent has not come anywhere close to making the swamp play. So he may have a shot if this turns out to be big.
Yeah, bombos would be quite good for Fricker in Swamp right now, because that would send them up the mountain again. So Couch going for the bottle glitch here, in case the bow-locked side has Bombo's medallion. Not sure if... Yeah, they got it, okay.
Alright, so we'll get to see what's on these two chests here on the right-hand side. I think it's basically guaranteed to be keys.
Yeah, I think small key and the big key. Okay, double small key.
Yeah, big keys in the big key chest. Or potentially in the Harmless Hellway. I think the Harmless Hellway has to be a small key. I don't know
Yeah,
what I'm talking about.
I think so as well. Now that I think about it.
Alright, so we'll see if he can get something out of the big key chest in Pod. Or the big chest, excuse me. That's basically the only one we haven't seen from Fricker.
Yeah, and otherwise the last item would be on Helmusar, and you can't bottle glitch your way across that. So Fricker is starting to get to the good parts of Swamp Palace, if there is any good parts of Swamp Palace, I guess. The more chest density areas at the very least.
Alright, we're starting with the back of Swamp, which is perfectly sensible. Oh, Bombos in the big chest of Pod. That's just insulting.
Kidding me. That's interesting.
I mean, outside of boots required for GT, rip head.
So Couch is heading to Meyer. It's gonna be interesting to see if they decide to go mode this or not, because I'm pretty sure that Bombos medallion was locked by the bow, technically by logic, right? Which
yeah, I think so.
Which would mean the bow.
Which means it's here in Swamp.
There it is, bow in Swamp. So if Couch is gonna look for the bow here in Meyer, they're gonna be quite disappointed. This is gonna send Fricker to.
It's gonna send him to Eastern,
I guess.
He might go back to Pod as well, and that would, send him on the right track.
Yeah, they would not put them in go mode, because they still would need the flute, but that Bombos medallion. Hopefully, like they can't go to Meyer before doing Turtle Rock anyways, because they need the flip, right? So it should send them up the mountain anyways. And this is interesting. This race has took so many turns back and forth.
So don't hold me to this, but I don't think we found map or compass in Swamp.
Well, I'm not sure, but I think that might be the case.
Might have been like the best possible swamp. Maybe we did. We found the compass, okay. I mean, Swamp is always garbage, even when it isn't.
So, I wonder if this means the Couch will be doing Turtle Rock before Swamp as well then.
Maybe. There's the big key for Couch, and we note that he is actually going to the other chest, so he does not realize that he can go mode this dungeon.
Yeah, the only silver lining would be if they find the boots in here.
Yeah, so it's very nice to know what key configurations can lead to bow input. Wait a minute. Hold on. There was a key in the first chest. There was a key in the Stalfos basement. I think there was a key on the ledge.
Yeah, there was 2 keys on the bowlock side, so that means there was 2 small keys.
Well, there can also be 3 small keys. You can have 5 small keys in the front without killing anything, and I don't think there was any other small keys in the back besides the one in the Harmless Hellway. So no, the Bombless Medallion isn't bow locked.
That's interesting.
Oh no, it is bow locked. You're right.
Yeah, because Fricker had to
bow locked to get the big key.
Yeah,
because you need to be able to get 5 keys, and there are 2 on the right hand side. Okay.
Yeah, because Fricker
the
had
back
to
is not bow locked, but the big key is. So yeah, this has been Key Logic with Dr. Bobtastic and Walther. Hello.
Yeah, something like that. So Fricker doing the Bombos tablet makes a lot of sense. You're not gonna get a better opportunity to do it right after Swamp, except for when doing the Smith sequence, but yeah, Fricker is saving to Sanctuary, so not going over to Pod Eastern area quite yet. It's also worth mentioning that Fricker has to go back into Ice Palace as well, sooner or later.
So, we're about to see a vitreous fight from Couch 23. He's got the silver arrows, but no bow to use them, so we're going to have to do something else. I imagine cape strats might be in order, as he has the cape out. This is just the cape sword spam strat, which is perfectly legitimate. You lose very little magic while spamming the sword with the cape out. And a shield as the second item in Misery Mire.
And it does indeed look like Koch is deciding to go up the mountain, so heading towards Turtle Rock. I mean, it's not bad in a sense, because they're gonna have to finish these crystals sooner or later. It's just that they're gonna miss a little bit of time, because they could have go-moded them instead.
Yeah.
But as soon as they go into Swamp after this, they're just gonna have to finish Eastern to get the last crystal.
Very true. When Fricker gets a hold of the Bombos medallion, That's his best hope is that he goes into pod again, gets the Bombos medallion, and that might send him once again back up to Turtle or to Death Mountain, where he can find the Flute and Spike Cave. The Flute and Spike Cave is the real barrier to Fricker competing in this race at the moment.
Yeah. And once Couch is done in Turtle Rock, they're not gonna have too many options left. It's gonna be like Thieves Town or Swamp Palace, maybe some other one-off location as well.
Yep. So it does turn out that the dip into Thieves Town was completely unnecessary, and Couch did not make that dip at all. Oh, Fricker's going to Mountain Cave. Is this a Spike Cave check? I mean, what else would he be up here doing?
Yeah, I think it has to be. They have nothing else to check here, so this is good for Fricker.
I have skipped Thieves Town in the past when I don't have the hammer and it is a pendant. And that's what Couch did here. All right, so Fricker picks up that flute, and this should give him some semblance of hope completing this race in a reasonable amount of time.
Yeah, they're probably gonna go to the Meyer area first, see that it's Bombos, and then it's just a matter of where do they decide to go afterwards. But unless they go to Ice Palace, I think they're kind of forced to go to Eastern and or Pod. Ooh, Couch taking a death there by the Shane Shams.
Yep. Shane Shams not playing around.
Yeah. They hurt a lot. Even in Blue Mail.
Alright, once again, everybody say hi to the world's favorite swag duck on Fricker's screen. All right, so Couch is going to go over to get this key from the Pokey. He's still looking for the bow, so I imagine he will check the vanilla big key chest.
Yeah, I would think so as well. They've been very thorough so far, not leaving anything behind, so would be highly surprised if we see any skip chests here. So Fricker going back into Ice Palace, it seems like. They're gonna have to do it sooner or later. It's gonna take a little bit longer, just because they have to go and get those last items as well.
All right, so Couch 23 once again heading outside into Turtle Rock. Gonna check the Mimic Cave.
Yeah, and there's not really too much that a Couch could find here, except for maybe like the red mail or the bug sword. Yeah. So that's something that Fricker is most likely not going to find, since Bombos is going to be Fricker's go mode item.
Yeah, but I think with as many hearts as they have, the red mail is not going to be that much of a problem.
Yeah, most likely not. Especially not when you have so many other safeties as well. The only thing the red mail really allows you to do is being a little bit more careless with your health.
Alright, Fricker now setting up the Ice Palace bomb jump once again. I was going to say that's an interesting way of lining it up, and I don't think it worked.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of runners do that lately.
There you go.
It's definitely an interesting way of doing it.
So the first part he did just to make sure he was on the leftmost pixel with the little spin setup. And then the next part facing down, that would throw me off a bit because the way I do it is based on the shadow, and when you're facing down, your shadow is 1 pixel higher than you would be otherwise. Or when you're facing up or down than it would be when you're facing left or right, so it's just a little weird. But hey,
yeah.
You learn it how you learn it, and however you learn it is probably pretty good.
Yeah, the upside with facing downwards like that, you can slash, and by slashing you can move a certain amount of pixels. I'm not sure if it's like 1 or 2 pixels. So I think Fricker found the 2 remaining items. So they can just go straight to the boss now. Or actually, I think they opened all the chests anyways.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, he's already been to Ice-T, he found the book there.
Yeah, I just realized that. Very nice first phase there for Couch on Trinex, getting the double spin as well.
Indeed, a well-fought Trinex fight. And down comes the crystal. And a big 20. So, in order for Fricker to complete this seed, he's going to need the Bombos medallion out of Palace of Darkness, which is in the big chest. Couch is going to need the bow, which is sitting in the waterfall chest of Swamp. Couch is going to go to the Ether tablet while we're sitting here.
Yeah, and Fricker is floating to 5. And heading into the Dark World, probably gonna mirror.
Yeah, I imagine we'll
Um,
mirror
to
to
do Eastern first.
but if he doesn't find what he's looking for there, which he knows he won't, so maybe he'll just do pod first. Like, he knows he's found all 3 items in Eastern.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. He found all of them, so there's no need to go into Eastern.
So yeah, I think he's going to finish pod or get the bombos out and then mirror to Eastern.
Yeah, so that's gonna put him in go mode, and Eastern is gonna be very fast to complete, and then you have to do Meyer and Totrocco mode, which I think will be pretty fast because it's not gonna need to check Laser Bridge in Totrock, and the Meyer Big Key. At the very least, you don't have to do the slow moving wall.
Fricker actually checked out the Saha's Rala's hut real fast, or checking out the green pendant turn-in, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's a good thing to remember, because that could be one of those locations that you kind of forget sometimes.
So Couch is just now going to go check Bumper Cave. That turning out to not be important either. He's mostly out of places to go except for Swamp.
Yeah, or Thieves Town.
Oh, that's true. He may go for the Thieves Town dip before heading into Swamp. Who knows? They're both pendant dungeons, and people don't like Swamp.
Yeah, people don't like Swamp, especially not when Swamp has progression, because that's a lot of the times the last place you go for.
Alright, Fricker's going to pick up a couple of small keys here on the right-hand side of Pod, which will allow him to go locate the big key and eventually the contents of that big chest, which will push him in the direction, which will put him in straight-up go mode.
Oh, okay. Fricker never checked the basement chest.
Right. He didn't get a
That's why I was so confused by his key count before.
Right. You should get one more small key right here. Yeah, there is that lingering possibility of the Ganon's Tower torch.
Mm-hmm. But at this point, we've seen almost everything, so it's a pretty good chance of finding the boots in Ganon's Tower. Unless it's some pedestal, which would be super unfortunate, but we're not gonna hope that.
Fricker's gonna waste a little time picking up a key here in the Harmless Hellway. Yeah, Fricker, just unlock the door. I know you can do the hammer jump, but we're fine. Yes, Fricker did turn in the green pendant. It was just a bomb upgrade.
So at 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 21 seconds, Fricker has entered go mode. So
it's all down to it's all down to when does Couch get that bow out of Swamp.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure at least that Swamp is the only thing left for Couch after this. So this could be quite a close race.
So Fricker should be heading directly for the back of Eastern Palace, so we should see a quick massacre of some Armos Knights. Just a big 20 in the Thieves Town big chest. Not like we expected anything important there.
Yeah, it makes sense that it was a big 20. We haven't seen too many of them so far, right?
Oh, Walther. Anyway. So, Couch is going to go face off against Blind. So I imagine the next place he goes is Swamp. The question is, does he skip left side? I imagine he would, just looking for one item. But some people might not.
Yeah, going for the back first, I think, is what most people prefer to do, just because it's more higher density of chest, and you might not have to go back in to check the left side.
Mm-hmm. Couch is getting his mirror ready.
Yeah, right. He never checked the powder.
Right. Turning in Magic Bat. Alright, Fricker now entering Misery Mire.
Yeah, it's not gonna be a God Mire, but it's gonna be a pretty decent go mode Mire at least. Just check that first torch room, and then going to the boss from there on is pretty quick.
Yeah, so the big key was essentially bow lock in pod, and the bombos was in the big chest. So if you really knew your pod logic, you would have known that the bow could not have been in Misery Mire or Turtle Rock. But it's not something that I would expect everyone to know. It's a pretty obscure fact. And I can't really fault anyone for going ahead and checking everything. I probably wouldn't have thought of it on the fly when I'm playing, just to be honest.
Yeah, and as we mentioned before, it was dungeons that Couch needed to do anyway, so they only have Eastern left now, and heading into Swamp, so it's gonna get that bow pretty soon.
Yep, so the bow will be available momentarily. I imagine he will skip the left side. That's what most runners would do in this scenario. And I imagine the next chest that Fricker opens will contain the big key.
And it's a pretty good place to get the big key as well. You can just go straight right here and then up to the back of Meyer.
And that's exactly what Fricker is doing. Fricker will also likely have a much faster Vitreous fight here.
Yeah, the bow with the silver arrows.
Bow just before Argus. Couch grabbing the small key. He is going to go ahead and check this room down below, which makes some sense. Go mode Eastern Palace is way faster than Turtle Rock, especially since they've already gone in.
Yeah, I'm not sure if Couch picked up the big key as well when they.
Yeah, I don't remember.
But even
is Couch going left side?
Oh, it seems like they are.
Oh,
yeah.
This is just gonna narrow it up even further. This race is getting very intense.
Yeah, this is gonna be. It's super hard to tell who's gonna be in the lead going into Ganon's Tower at this point. The saving grace here. No, actually, never mind. I was gonna say the saving grace here would be if Boots were on the left side, but I think Fricker went inside again.
Yeah, Fricker did go back and check left side, yeah. And Fricker getting the 6th crystal from, or getting their 6th crystal from Misery Mire, and can head directly up to Turtle Rock.
Yeah, this is going to be very close. Turtle Rock is a pretty nice key placement for a go mode in this seed as well. So you don't have to check the big chest key, the big key chest, and you can skip laser bridge.
Alright, so Couch finally leaving the left side after a completely fruitless effort. Unless you consider bombs blueberries, in which case that is a fruit. And Fricker will now be opening up Turtle Rock and heading inside. Couch is going to check the 2 chests south of here, I imagine, and then we'll be getting his bow. And being just about as salty about it as I would be.
Yeah, at this point it's gonna be interesting to know what the runners are thinking right now. I would imagine both runners thinking it behind it at the moment, just because you get your progression at more or less the last possible situation, and both of them had some hiccups here and there.
All right, so Couch will now be heading to Eastern Palace to finish that off. I don't know if he went in and got the big key. We know Fricker did, which made his second Eastern trip very quick. Well, in that case, yeah, I believe you may be correct that Couch ended up skipping the vanilla big key. So, in that case, Couch will need to go back and get it.
Yeah, we're probably not gonna know that until the next couple of rooms here, because they don't have a reason to menu. But yeah,
He's
it looks
going.
like they skipped it.
So that gives Fricker just a little more time to make this happen. I imagine Fricker will probably enter Ganon's tower first.
Yeah, I think so as well at this point.
He may not get his 7th crystal first, but I think he's entering Ganon's tower first. So in that case, who do we go with for the big key guessing game?
I think it's the one who enters Ganon's tower first, right?
I think so. But I think we start the guessing as soon as someone gets their 7th crystal.
Huh. Okay, yeah, that's interesting. I'll leave that up to you. I'm
all right. We'll say whoever enters Ganon's tower first, that's who we'll count. But we'll start the guessing as soon as someone picks up the 7th crystal.
And the routing in Ganon's tower, that's might be the thing that decides this race, really, because it's probably going to be quite close.
All right, Couch 23 facing off against Armos for the 7th crystal. Rather quick kill with those silver arrows. And that does it. So, ladies and gentlemen, it is time now to put in your guesses for the Ganon's Tower Big Key 1 through 22. Here comes the starting line. And if you have donated 250 bits or more, or are a subscriber to one of the Speed Gaming channels, you too can be added to the leaderboard. Otherwise, feel free to play along either way.
And this is incredible. This is going to be so close.
Fricker22 is now entering the Trinex fight. Couch 23 is now entering the Dark World on the way up toward Ganon's Tower. Firehead down for Fricker.
Yeah, missing one of the shots there. It's gonna cost him a little bit of time, and right now, every single second is gonna count. And there's Trinex down. Couch is gonna be just a little bit ahead of Fricker.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a couple of seconds here for Couch. Getting to GT. All right, so as soon as Couch enters, we will cut off the big guessing game. Couch 23 enters Ganon's tower at 156.18. Plus 10 arrows in chest 1. Chest 2, big 5.
So, Couch looking like going for the full left side here.
Fricker22 entering at 156.45. That is 27 seconds difference. There is no big key on the torch.
This is close.
And there is no small key on the right-hand side, so both runners are basically funneled into the same route. This is going to give us an execution fest here.
Mm-hmm. There's the second shield.
Wow, and only one small key accessible. That's 2 small keys in the first 7 chests. There's the Cane of Burna in chest number 8. Couch 23 missing the switch.
Yeah, giving Fricker some time to catch up on a few seconds.
And we head over to the fire snake room. Small key in the fire snake room. That means it is possible that the big key could be in tile room. Now we move on to rando room. Piece of heart, 50 rupees, 20 rupees, heart piece. That is chest number 13, still no big key.
Yeah, and they're more or less just 1 or 2 rooms apart at the most.
Fricker is making steady progress toward catching up to Couch. This is going to be a massive, massive race.
Yeah, and I can imagine nerves playing in right now, because the winner, they have a place in the bracket on the line here, and see, Fricker is actually a little bit ahead right now because of that fall from the Couch.
With that fall from Couch, Fricker has gained the lead. He's going to do the bomb jump, whereas Couch is going to just... Fricker is going to take a beating from a beetle.
Yeah, that was a nice rugby tackle there from the beetle.
Fricker is unsure, or Couch 23 is unsure of what to do when you don't have the boots here. There's nothing in Bob's chest. Couch 23 finally makes it back to Bob's room, heading to the vanilla big key chest location. Number 15 is Quake. 16, Mirror Shield. 17, 5 arrow upgrade. That takes us to the right-hand side. Fricker not bothering with tile room yet. That is completely understandable given the time it takes to do that.
Yeah.
If it turns out it's in there, it could give Couch a chance to catch up if he goes there.
Mm-hmm. For sure. If you feel behind enough, you might do it.
We've got a piece of heart. There's the big key. That's going to be chest number 19, I believe.
Yeah, maybe. It depends, because we're counting Couch.
Yeah, it's 19 for Fricker, but it's not 19 for Couch, as he's going to do Tile Room.
Yeah, and that's unfortunate, because that's going to lose them even more time.
Yeah, so the big key will be going officially to Couch, as he was the first to enter Ganon's tower.
But this race is still not over. Fricker, for some reason, switched away from silvers.
Just the fourth small key in the tile room, which indicates to me, strangely enough, that I think the boots actually might be in the remaining chest in this right side room.
Oh, that's interesting.
Or they might be like Fat Fairy.
Yeah, that's true. But if Boots is in here and Couch decides to pick up all the chests...
Okay, so we know that there is no... Oh, Couch is going to make 22 a winner today. And there we go. The big key guessing game goes to the madman who guessed 22. There wasn't anybody who guessed 22.
For once, Shaft was nice and it turned out to be 22.
All right, everybody. So Fricker is now with a pretty substantial lead going up the gauntlet.
Yeah, Couch definitely has ground to make up here, but there's still a lot of execution tests left here in Ganon's tower.
Speaking of which, Fricker falling on this bridge, which normally you have the boots to deal with this, so it's very understandable that you could be thrown off by that particular enemy there.
Yeah, that one and this next bridge, you have the boots, so you can just dash through it without any problem whatsoever.
And there we go. Fricker gets it on the second try. So we head into the torch room here. Going to make use of the lamp strats, which makes plenty of sense. He's a little low on the magics.
Yeah, I was gonna decide to pick up this full magic here. I think they had enough, but it doesn't hurt to be safe. It's gonna have to kill one of the helmet swords here, yeah, just to get the key.
He's actually going to check one of the two chests in here. I imagine, you know, looking for either red mail or the fourth sword upgrade.
Yep. They have the powder, so they can get a nice refill of their health here at least before the Aga and Ganon fight. Yeah, checking another chest, so if Couch doesn't open any chest at all, that's at the very least a couple of seconds that they can catch up that way. Ooh, taking a fall to Moldorm.
That is going to give Couch a little bit of a chance here.
Yeah, that's definitely another way to make up time. But yeah, I think both of these runners are super nervous right now.
Oh no, another
Ooh.
fall.
That's unfortunate.
Fricker accidentally lands a poke. This is going to send Trolldorm into frenzy mode, but we're fine.
Yeah, very nice last spin there.
Fricker just finds bombs in the last chest. Couch getting a small key and not bothering with any of the chests on the way up. Whereas Fricker is heading through this last room without boots, which is kind of the worst.
Yeah, and Couch already having the red mail has even less incentive to check any chests.
I look like a double shot on Aga 2 for that one there. And
that's
another.
Definitely another double. Unfortunately, Mulder not playing nice to Couch as well. Ooh, the blue balls kind of stopped the last double there, but there's the last hit on Aga.
All right, so Fricker finishing off. Aga 2 will be entering the Ganon fight at roughly 2:08:10. That's when he leaves the Aga 2 fight anyway. Falling in the hole at approximately 2:08:24. Fricker gets the one cycle tempered first phase of Ganon.
That's very nicely done.
Fortunately, has an additional cycle on the second phase.
Yeah, definitely out of the second phase now.
We are now into phase 3. Just a few more hits and we'll be on to the skewering pigs with arrows phase.
Yeah, I think Fricker still has a blue potion that he picked up from Agahnim's cave early on.
Oh yeah, I believe that is the case. So, Couch entering at 2:09:38, about a minute and change behind Fricker22.
So there's the second hit for Fricker. Just needs 2 more silver arrows.
This should be a double. There we go.
Very nicely done by Fricker. Just needs to pass into the next screen here. And there he goes.
Yes, Fricker22 finishes with an official time of 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 12 seconds. Well played to Fricker22.
Indeed, spammer GG's in chat for Fricker22. There's a lot of twists and turns in the seed and in the race. We're gonna see if Fricker wants to come in and have a chat with us.
Well, he's in the setup room. Let's bring him on in. And we are now joined by the winner of today's race, Fricker22. Congratulations.
Thank you.
My goodness, that was a race, let me tell you.
That was a seed, let me tell you.
Mm-hmm.
I made every possible mistake you could think of. I thought I was done for sure.
All right, so we do have to ask what happened with the Moon Pearl.
Okay, so when I walked up to Zora, I'm so used to NMG, and my buddy Arius just wrote me a message that said, "Don't NMG this seed," and I NMG'd it. And as soon as I saved and quit from Zora, I'm like, I didn't see what was on Zora Ledge, and I'm like, okay. So I put it in the back of my head, and I'm like, you know what? Let me check everything else going forward, and by any chance, if I don't have the item I need, Moon Pearl, whatever, I'll go back to Zora. And sure enough, it was the Moon Pearl.
Yep, that was it.
That was it. Jeez, man.
So your opponent, he actually found the Bombos medallion in Pod after doing like the potion glitch to find it.
Okay, sure.
But he saved Swamp to the very, very last.
Oh no. So one quick thing about Swamp, just as bad as maybe I'm just unfamiliar. I need to practice more, but the only reason I went to Swamp when I did was because I marked it as a crystal. It's the only reason I went to Swamp.
Wow.
If that was marked as a pendant, I would have never gone there.
It sounds like we are now being joined by Couch23 as well. Well played in a very, very close race.
Oh, thank you. That was pretty close. I'm surprised it was this close.
Yeah, GG, Couch.
Couch actually entered Ganon's tower first by by about 27 seconds.
Yikes.
And some issues going up the tower allowed Fricker to catch up.
I think we both had issues. I got knocked off ledges by every enemy, Moldorm twice.
I think Couch was perhaps unfamiliar with the strategy for getting to Bob's chest without the boots.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. Did you have ether?
Yeah, I did, and that's what I used. I just don't know the floor very well.
You can always light the lamp too to get it to light up.
All right, yeah, I do know that. I'm unsure how to actually light the lamp. I need to work on Ganon's tower a little bit.
Yeah, I potatoed quite a bit in this seed, so I thought I was done for sure. It was bad. Thankfully, Aga was required because I did Aga early and I missed the Moon Pearl.
Yeah, I went up the mountain really early.
I feel like I went up the mountain early too. I mean, how are our paths? Did we diverge early or?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay.
There was quite a few divergences here and there. I mean, you guys. So Fricker, you did Thieves Town early. That turned out to be nothing.
Yep.
And Couch actually did Thieves Town before doing Swamp at the end.
Oh, okay.
Now, I do have to say one thing about Couch's routing. So we determined through statistical analysis and very high-end ridiculousness that the Bombos medallion was actually bow-locked in Pod. Because the big key was in the vanilla chest, and it needs 5 small keys to get to, and there were 2 small keys on the right-hand side. So, based on that, if you'd have done the weird math that we did while we were on stream, you could have known that the bow could not have been in Misery Mire or Turtle Rock.
Yeah, I did know that. I was just trying to get those dungeons out of the way and then guess on which dungeon to dive into.
Oh, okay. That is perfectly fine then. I was just making sure.
Oh, absolutely.
It hurt me a lot to double dip Pod and double dip Pod, which was a pendant dungeon, and then double dip Ice, which was not fun. Took me forever to find the hammer.
Yeah, the hammer was in a pretty unfriendly place. You don't generally find it there in Super Bunny Cave. That thing.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen hammer there. And it was so funny too because of course my luck. I'm like, I should go Dark Death Mountain. No, let's go here first. I should go Dark Death Mountain. Now let's do Ice Palace. Of course. Sounds right.
And of course you got kind of debated by the book there.
Yeah, the book. I was like, I hope this leads to something, and sure enough, I mean, it led me to a crystal, but of course, I should have had flute and could have just mirrored there and did, Mire combo with desert. But what are you gonna do? It's rando.
Yeah. Couch was in an interesting situation in Ice Palace as well. Can kind of throw you off with the routing when you get that key early, right?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. Sometimes you just don't like. There's so much of Ice Palace that you never see.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
true.
it's just like getting turned around. But yeah, this was a well-fought race and a very, very close finish. Once again, for those of you just tuning in, the official times, Fricker finished with a 2 hours, 10 minutes, and 12 seconds, and Couch finished with a 2 hours, 11 minutes, and 37 seconds. So about a hour and 20, or a minute and 25 seconds between the two runners.
Yeah, I couldn't tell if it was just a really bad or trolly seed or I just did everything possible wrong. I mean, it could have gone either way, but
I mean, I don't think there was a particularly great way to route this seed, to be honest.
Yeah, it seemed pretty bad.
yeah, it was. So kind of a funny note. Out of this is game 6, right? Yeah. Out of 6 games, this is my 5th bootless seed.
Oof.
Gross.
Please make me better seeds, please.
Yeah, we don't know where the boots are. We think they might be on Pyramid Ferry.
That is the only location I didn't check.
Yeah, I think there's combined with both of you. There's only like 6 locations it could possibly be. It wasn't a pedestal, so it has to be like Pyramid Ferry. There's one chest in the tower, in the upper tower of Ganon's tower, like the big chest in Ganon's tower. But except for that, I'm not even sure if there could be any more places.
Could
big
be even
big
more.
chest in GT?
Thieves Town?
Big chest in Thieves Town was checked. It was a big 20.
Okay, gotcha.
Could be big chest GT. Was there an item on Helmasaur?
Oh yeah,
don't think
Helmasaur.
so.
Maybe.
Yeah, I think there might not have been an item on Helmasaur.
Oh, I think there was an item on Helmasaur. I just didn't do it because I got Bombos first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, so the 4th sword upgrade was turning in that mushroom from Turtle Rock. Interesting. And by interesting, I mean...
It was definitely a long, interesting seed, so I'm definitely excited to watch it back.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I'm sure you guys did fantastic commentary. It was a lot closer than I thought. I thought I was done as soon as I missed Moon Pearl. It was bad.
I was just kept glancing over the timer. I'm like, it's got to be done by now.
Oh yeah, I looked 100 times at when I was in GT.
This is a prime example of the way you never give up, even when you feel that you might be way far behind.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
That's true. Oh man, what a seed. Well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it.
Yeah, it was a excellent race. Anything else you guys want to say about this seed before we wrap things up today?
Thank you for commentating, and another GG for Couch. It was a close race, dude.
Yeah, and I'm gonna second that right back. Thank you for the restream and the commentary, and GG on the win, and good luck in the next round.
Thanks, and thank you to everyone watching too.
Yeah, and of course, good luck to you, Fricker, in the bracket stage, because this is basically going to secure you a spot. And Couch, good luck next week on trying to secure that one spot in the bracket stage.
Thank you.
Once again.
Thank you.
All right. So with that, I want to go ahead and thank Couch23 and Fricker22 once again for showing off their skills today. I want to thank everyone behind the scenes. I want to thank the Speed Gaming Network for putting this broadcast together, and I want to thank our tracker, Cassidy Moen, for keeping track of all of the wonderful items that we found on screen. And of course, to my co-commentator, Walter IV, couldn't have done this without you, sir.
Yeah, and big thanks to you as well, Dr. Bob.
Yep. And if you enjoyed what you saw here today, the best way to help out those involved is to just give them a follow here on Twitch, and I'm sure we would all appreciate it quite a bit. All right. So that's going to do it for Rando Action for today, but I'm sure there will be plenty tomorrow. And with that, I will just say that I have been Dr. Bobtastic.
And I've been Walter the Fourth.
And we'll see you later.